Well, seeing as I've talked about Spider-Man and Action Man, might as well complete the holy trinity of my childhood heroes by talking about James Bond. I was crazy about 007 as a kid, although I will admit that nowadays I'm nowhere near the diehard Bond fan I once was. Don't ask me who my favourite Bond is, I don't know. Well actually, I tell a lie. It's Rowan Atkinson. But being a kid who was into James Bond and PS1, you can bet your arse I was on the lookout for a way to combine the two together. And that brings us to... Bing! That's right, The World's Not Enough on PS1. And as soon as I found out about that, I was begging my parents to buy it. You can guess how that conversation went. Hey Dad, you wanker. Buy me that, now. What do you mean, no? I said please. Please, can I have that? Why not? But I need it now. What do you mean you've got no money? Go to the bank. Go to the thing where you put the fucking card in to make the fucking money come out. Don't you love me? No, if you loved me, you'd get the fucking money. Now get out of here and don't let me see you again until you've got The World's Not Enough on PS1. Now fuck off! We were a close family. So The World's Not Enough was developed by Black Ops Entertainment and published by Electronic Arts in the year 2000. Great. We only just escaped from Activision and now we're on to fucking EA. Say it with me guys, I've only played it on PS1. That's because this version was only released on PlayStation. But as it turns out, there was another version of The World's Not Enough, this time on N64. And this wasn't just a port, maybe with a few differences in graphics and gameplay. No, this was a whole other game, made by a different developer. I don't think I've ever come across that before, at least not with any major home console release. I remember owning The World's Not Enough on VHS, and before the film would start there'd be an advert for the N64 game, and 8-year-old me would be like, what the fuck is that? That's not The World's Not Enough on PS1. Fuck me, this looks even better. Hey Dad, you wanker. Got some more shite for you to get us. You get a little intro movie to start, intercut with clips from the film, as if we can't tell the difference. And I'm sure I was probably a lot more blown away by this when I was a kid. Now, not so much. You select new game and then choose a difficulty, Agent or 007. What the fuck kind of question is that? I want to be Bond, of course I'm gonna pick 007. You then select a mission and get a briefing from M.
A meeting has been arranged for you with a Swiss banker named Lachaise.
Or a slightly malfunctioning robot pretending to be M. I think you need to go back in for some calibrations, love. So in the first mission, you've got to find some banker and interrogate him about another agent who got killed. And I like the loading screen, where you've got Bond and his bitches all big as life, and then M down in the corner here like, hey, I'm in this too. You enter the bank and, oh god. Okay, to be fair, it is a pretty decent likeness for the time, but what is going on with the hands? Seriously, it looks like he's just got some malformed stumps at the ends of his arms, or if someone's tried to cut off his hands and they've done a piss-poor job of it. Anyway, you go and talk to this pretty young thing, and oh my god, this voice acting. Sounds like 007's had a few too many vodka martinis before coming over here.
I'm here to see Lachaise. The name's Bond. James Bond.
So she tells you the guy's not coming down. Oh, so this fucker thinks he can duck me? I don't think so. You tell him I'm on my way up. Now you've got to go through the metal detector. You've got to use your disruptor pen thing so you don't set it off. And if the guards are at all puzzled about why you're holding up your magic fucking pen right in front of your face as you go through, well, they're not showing it. Now you've got to talk to this guy.
Sorry, sir. This area is restricted to employees only.
You fucking what, mate? Do you know who I am? I'm fucking James Bond, mate. And you've pissed yourself as well, you prick. Alright, so now what do I do? This wanker won't let you past, so now what? Well, I guess I'll just have to kill the prick. Where's my gun? What, I haven't got a gun? What the fuck? Okay, I guess I'll use my phone stunner. What, that doesn't work? What the hell? Well, I guess I'll just have to beat the shit out of the fucker. Here, take this. Come on, take it, you fuck. And man, look at this punching. What, does only one of your fucking arms work? Fucking Muhammad Ali over here. Alright, seriously, how do you get your fucking gun out? I thought this was a James Bond game, and a Bond game where you can't shoot people is like a FIFA game where you can't kick the fucking ball. So you actually have to go into your inventory and select it. And how do you access your inventory? Well, you have to pause the game, and there it is, right fucking there, inventory. You go in there, scroll down and select your gun, and now you can get it out. What the fuck? Why? Why let you only scroll through some items and not others? Why make you have to select some things manually? Why make you have to pause the fucking game to use your inventory? Why couldn't it be like an Action Man where you just press a button to bring up your items and then select what you need? Whatever, so now that you've got your gun out you can play properly, and to tell you the truth, the shooting is actually fairly decent. It's not hard, you're helped by this little lock-on feature, where your reticle will snap to an enemy when it gets near, so you don't have to worry too much about accuracy. You can hold R1 to enter sniper mode, which lets you aim with more precision. The game even has a kind of rudimentary cover system. You can use L2 and R2 to strafe left and right, and if you do this while in sniper mode, you only move a little bit, which lets you lean out of cover, so that's pretty cool. So you shoot your way through some more innocent security guards. Yeah, can't see negative consequences arising from that. And then you make it up to the top floor where you take out the banker's bodyguards and find the guy's office for a friendly chat. Yeah, I just slaughtered half the bank and now I'm just gonna have a quiet talk with this guy. But then his secretary stabs him in the back, literally, and then you've got to make like an eagle and jump out the window.
This bird's gonna fly!
On to the next mission. MI6 has just gone boom boom and you need to chase down the bitch what done it. Oh yeah, now you get to play the boat chase. This should be fun. Wait, what? Oh come on, why don't I get to play? You know when I play a game based on a film, it's because I want to play bits from the film, not watch them in slightly worse resolution. So now you've got to chase the bitch through the streets. And oh yeah, this really looks like old London town to me. But it must be, cause look, the pub's got a picture of Winston Churchill in it. And everyone knows that every single building in London has to have at least one picture of Churchill in it. It's the law. So this is a faster paced mission than the last, and it's here that the game's flaws become more apparent. The controls aren't great. They're slow and clunky and they just don't feel that good, especially in missions where you're supposed to be moving fast. And tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall after ditching his boat, Bond chasing the assassin through the streets and fighting his way through a small army of generic bad guys. I don't know about you, but I would have preferred to play the boat chase. It could have been done. Hell, Action Man came out at about the same time and that game had pretty decent top-down vehicle missions. You're telling me it would have been that hard to do the same but in third person? Just have Bond chase the assassin around in her boat, avoid a few obstacles, maybe have to take out a few other boats with your torpedoes? But no, I suppose it was just easier to make another contrived mission where you've got to shoot your way through waves of faceless goons, with movement and shooting mechanics that are at best just fine. Whatever, so you jump on the hot air balloon and there you go, the bitch kablows herself and it's on to mission 3. Now it's time for the ski bit, where you've got to protect Electra King from Renard's guys.
James, don't mix business with pleasure. Remember, this is a shadow operation. Shadows stay in front or behind, never on top.
I don't need to be on top, Miss Moneypenny. Front or behind works just as well. There's not much to say here. You just shoot some more guys and blow up some of these paraglider things, and that's it. Yeah, the missions are pretty short. Most of them you can get through in a few minutes. Not that I'm complaining, since in this mission the controls are even worse because you're slipping around on fucking skis. On to mission 4, and just when it was starting to seem like the game was settling into a repetitive formula, you get this casino mission. There's no combat, you've just got to play blackjack so Hagrid over here will tell you how to find Renard. The blackjack was fun, for about 30 seconds. After that it was just boring and annoying. And I'm fairly certain that the game's programmed to keep you playing for longer, just to drag out the mission. It just seemed a bit too predictable. You'd win a few hands, then the dealer would win a few hands, then you'd win a few more hands, then the game would win a few more hands, then you'd start winning again, then the game would start winning again, then you, then the game, and on and on and on and on and on, as you slowly edge your way towards the 100 grand you need for Hagrid to tell you what you want to know. Man, they must have been proud of this shit. That's why they keep you playing for so long. That, or they knew if they didn't, this mission would have taken like 2 fucking minutes or something. That's probably why they have you fucking around with guards and lockpicks as well. Time for mission 5, where you've got to sneak around Electra's mansion, bugging her phones and collecting evidence. A fucking first-person stealth mission in a PS1 game? You're having a fucking laugh, aren't ya? So this is about as fun as you'd expect. You've got to creep around this fucking mansion and avoid the guards. And let me tell you something, first-person PS1 controls and stealth gameplay mix about as well as milk and lead-based paint. The clunky controls make sneaking around the guards a lot easier said than done. The saving grace is that the AI is about as dumb as a koala with Alzheimer's. Yeah, it's pretty easy to predict the guards' movements, but even then you'll probably get spotted at some point. But that's okay, because if you do, you just shoot them with your dart gun or zap them with your phone stunner, which apparently also works like the neuralizer from Men in Black, because when the guards wake up, they can't remember what happened literally 30 seconds ago. You can beat them up with your fists, which stops them from waking up, but doesn't count as a kill, but you risk other guards hearing you, and if they set off the alarm, it's game over, and you have to start all over again. Now, I do appreciate the developers' attempts at breaking up the repetition by making some missions that are more than just the regular shooty bang bang, but the problem is that these missions just aren't fun. They were mostly just tedious and annoying. The blackjack got boring after a couple hands, and the controls and AI just aren't up to the task for making a challenging but enjoyable stealth mission. Now it's time for mission 6, where you've got to go down a mine or something and stop Renard from stealing a nuclear bomb, and this was when the game really started to suck. So I guess the developers thought, well we can't just start with the shooting, because then the mission will be short as fuck. What else can we do? I know! Let's make the player wander around for a bit doing boring fucking bullshit before the shooting starts. That'll work, even if the controls in this game are total fucking shite and keep making you get stuck on shit every 5 fucking seconds to the point where you want to bash your fucking head against the wall every time it fucking happens. Genius! Give that man a fucking promotion! So yeah, before you can get to the shooting, you know the whole point of the fucking game, you've got to walk around this mine looking for ID badges that'll get you into different areas. Cause that sounds like fun, right? No. You've got to show your ID to this fucker so you can get in here to get the security card or whatever. Then you've got to sneak past these fuckers because they won't let you through for reasons that are never explained. Then you've got to find the radiation badge so you can get in here to flip a switch to unlock a door. And then you've got to go all the way back the way you came to go through the door. And finally you can get to the action. And if you're thinking, that doesn't sound like much, well you'd be correct. In fact, if you move fast, you could probably get through it all in 2 or 3 minutes. But they'll be the longest 2 or 3 minutes of your fucking life. And just to be even more annoying, the game's also really inconsistent in how you pick things up. If you want to pick something up, you just walk over it or go near it, and Bond will pick it up automatically. But sometimes when you go near something, he won't. Not unless you stand next to it in a really specific way. For fuck's sake. And I haven't even talked about the worst part yet. So it was at this mission that I noticed another big flaw. There's no checkpoints. This game hasn't got any checkpoints. I guess the developers also thought, well since the missions are short as fuck, what's the fucking point, right? So yeah, you get killed or fuck up once and it's right back to the start of the mission. And like I said, it was only at this mission that I realised how big an issue it was. Because if you're feeling the action bit, then you've got to go back and do all this shit again. Yeah! So now you've got to take out Renard's guys and protect Dr. Jones. No, not that Dr. Jones. This one. And if I didn't know any better, which I don't actually, I'd say that the fucker who programmed her AI also did the AI for fucking Natalia in GoldenEye 007. Yeah, she's another one, running in front of your gun, fucking getting herself killed and making you do the whole fucking thing all over again. Yeah, just run towards the guys with guns, Dr. Jones. What could possibly go wrong, you stupid fucking lemon? So you beat the mission, and as usual, the most interesting parts of the film you get to watch in fucking cutscene. And even when he's about to be deep fried, Bond's still trying to cop a feel. Mission 7, and now you're at a pipeline station or something. I wasn't paying attention to the story by this point. There's not much to say, you've just got to kill a bunch of guys and save some hostages.
Flashbang through the door!
That's not how that works. What else don't I like about this game? Well, changing your weapons kinda sucks. If you want to change to a specific weapon or gadget, you've either got to pause the game and go into your inventory, or you've got to scroll through everything, which is just as annoying. And it doesn't help that once you've found the thing you want, Bond takes so long to get it out. Seriously, it takes a good second or two to get his weapon out, which might not seem like very long, but when you've got guys trying to kill you, yeah, it kinda is. On to mission 8, and now you've got to protect Hagrid and Dr. Jones from some more bad guys, and it's just more of the same. More shooty bang bang, and then you've got to take out a couple helicopters with your video camera rocket launcher. Wait, what? Oh yeah, nice job R. 007 will have no trouble sneaking that through airport security. They'll never suspect a thing. Anyway, on to mission 9, where you've got to chase down old Harold Goldtooth. Again, there's not much to say, you just chase this fucker around and take out his guys. But there's no time to catch him because the subway is about to be flooded with sarin gas. Well, I guess that's one way to drag out the mission. So you find the bomb man. Look at that. Okay, so the Brosnan films did get a bit ridiculous. Giant space death ray, anyone? But even this is pushing it. It looks like something you'd find in Doc Ock's lair in Spider-Man. So you stop the gas, but then get captured by Goldtooth and his boys, and it's on to mission 10. Yeah, whatever, you escape from Electra, get your equipment back, take out Goldie, rescue M, play a game of catch with Gabor, then Electra eats a bullet and there you go. Alright, time for the final mission. You're on board the submarine and you've got to stop Renard and save Christmas. What can I say at this point? It's all just the same. You just go around mowing down more generic bad guys. It's kind of strange that they try to do different things in the first half of the game, but mostly dropped all of that in the second. I wish they could have had more varied missions in the latter half of the game as well. In fact, no, I take that back. I don't want another stealth mission. Please God, not another stealth mission. There is a bit where you've got to go through a room that's flooded with radiation, and you've got to use your radiation detector to keep track of how many rads you're absorbing, and if it gets too high, you start losing health, and you've got to get out of there. Because that's how that works. If you get flooded with radiation, just leave the area and it'll come right off you like water when you step out of the sea. So you kill Renard, save Christmas, the submarine goes boom, and you've saved the day. Bond gets his dick wet again, and there you go. You're done. So that's The World's Not Enough on PS1, and thank God. To be completely honest, I hated this fucking game. It started out okay, but the further I got, the more apparent the flaws became, and by the end, I couldn't wait to be done with it. I actually remember really liking this game as a kid, but then again, 8-year-old me was a little fucking idiot, and the game's aged about as well as milk that's been left out in the fucking sun. And looking back, even by the standards of the time, it wasn't great. There were better first-person shooters around back then. The shooting's fine, but the controls are clunky, the inventory makes no sense, the gameplay's boring, the lack of checkpoints is fucking bullshit, the graphics aren't particularly great, the environments aren't very impressive, the voice acting's not very good, except for John Cleese, and even he sounds like he's just there for the paycheck.
Oh, why do I even bother?
I don't think that was in the script. I think they just left the mic on and caught John Cleese's actual thoughts on the project. Ultimately, it's just not a very good game, and now that I'm done with it, I have no intention of going back to it ever again. So as a video game developer, Black Ops Entertainment lasted until 2006. They still exist today, but now just produce mobile apps, and their legacy isn't a very illustrious one. They don't have that many games to their name, and out of the ones they do, few of them are particularly notable. And Electronic Arts? Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you'd know that old EA went on to become one of the world's most acclaimed video game publishers, beloved by gamers all across the globe, responsible for bringing us some of the most well-received, highly polished and consumer-friendly games of all time. In an industry infested with shady practices and dastardly opportunists, EA stands as a shining example of quality and integrity, whom literally anyone with a brain in their head would want to work for, and against whom any criticism is sorely misguided and likely the work of snide and petty individuals, jealous of their momentous success and the profoundly positive influence they've had on the video games industry, gamers all around the world itself and the entire human race. Thank you EA for everything you've done for us, and here's to many more years of your wisdom and generosity. Thank you. So there's another one down, who knows how many left to go. I've been enjoying revisiting these old games from our past and making videos on them, and I hope that you've enjoyed these videos as much as I've enjoyed making them. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video then please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again.